The 2026 Toyota HiLux Rugged X is the kind of ute that looks like it actually wants to leave the pavement and get dirty, not just pose in front of a cafe. Toyota has taken the familiar HiLux formula and given it a tougher attitude, smarter technology, and a specification sheet that speaks directly to people who tow, tour, and head off-road on the weekends. In this video, we are walking around the Rugged X and taking a close look at why this model sits at the sharp end of the HiLux range. Under the bonnet sits a 2.8-liter turbocharged diesel 4-cylinder engine, the proven one GDFTV unit. In the Rugged X, it produces 150 kilowatt, roughly 201 horsepower, and a strong 500 Newton-meter of torque that comes in nice and low in the rev range. That torque runs through a 6-speed automatic transmission and a 4-wheel drive system with a low-range transfer case. It is not a flashy new drivetrain, but it is exactly the kind of setup that owners trust when they are towing a trailer into the mountains or crawling over rocks with tire pressures dropped. Toyota has matched that mechanical package with hardware that makes sense for real off-road use. The Rugged X comes from the factory with a hoopless front protection bar, integrated bash plate, and proper recovery points front and rear. Add a sports bar in the tray, a tub liner, a tow package, and a set of aggressive-looking 18-inch alloy wheels wrapped in all-terrain tires, and you can see how this grade is aimed at people who would otherwise spend a lot of money on aftermarket accessories. The chassis is still based on the ladder frame platform that has underpinned the HiLux for years, but Toyota has worked on steering and ride comfort. Electric power steering makes low-speed maneuvers easier, and revised mounting points help the ute feel more settled on rough bitumen. The suspension tune in the Rugged X balances payload and comfort, so it can still work hard during the week and take you camping without beating you up over corrugations on the weekend. Inside, the 2026 HiLux finally feels like it belongs in this decade. The Rugged X benefits from a new 3-tier dashboard design and a large 12.3-inch central touchscreen. Higher trims also gain a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that replaces the older combination of analog dials and small screens. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, connected services, and built-in navigation in some markets make this cabin feel much more premium than older HiLux models that so many of us remember as purely work-focused. Comfort has taken a step forward as well. The front seats offer better shaping and support, with trim and stitching that visually separate the Rugged X from the more basic grades. The driving position is more car-like, visibility remains excellent, and there are more storage spaces for phones, drinks, and all the gear that comes with life on the road. It still feels like a tough workhorse inside, but now there is a clear effort to make long days behind the wheel less tiring. On the safety front, Toyota has included its latest assistance package. You get autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping support, road sign recognition, and a suite of cameras that can help you place the ute accurately on narrow tracks or in tight car parks. For serious off-road driving, the 4-wheel drive system is backed up by a locking rear differential, multi-terrain traction control, and on certain specifications, a multi-terrain monitor that shows what is happening around the wheels on the central screen. Out on the road, the Rugged X is not about outright speed. Instead, it is about steady confidence. The diesel engine pulls strongly, the 6-speed automatic makes sensible gear choices, and the chassis feels predictable when the surface gets loose. On a highway cruise, it settles into an easy rhythm, helped by that long range made possible by an 80-liter fuel tank and frugal consumption. You can imagine owners loading up the tray, filling the tank, and disappearing for a long weekend without a second thought. For a lot of buyers, the biggest appeal of the 2026 Toyota HiLux Rugged X is that it arrives in showrooms already set up for adventure. Instead of spending time and money piecing together bars, plates, and accessories, they can drive away in a ute that looks tough, works hard, and has the modern technology to keep daily life comfortable.